for this thing.
A very good morning to all the participants. On the behalf of GHG Khalsa College of Education, I welcome you all on the 16th day, that is concluding day of this 2-week long finishing school program. Today we have an esteemed guest with us, Madam Monika Tekchandani from USA. Along with it, we have another esteemed guest, Dr. Mandeep Kochar, Associate Professor, BTTC, Mumbai. I welcome both of you on this virtual platform and feel blessed to have you amongst us. Now, I invite Madam Mandeep Kochar to kindly introduce the guest for the day. Ma'am, please.
Thank you for this warm welcome to GHG Khalsa College of Education and getting us connected from the States and at international level. As we all have this very healthy collaboration between the institutions, Bombay Teachers Training College and GHG Khalsa College, Gurusar Sadhar, I'm very glad and I feel pride to invite alumni of Bombay Teachers Training College to extend her wings to the national collaborations of Bombay Teachers Training College. Monika did B.Ed with us, she did early childhood education with us, and now she's well settled in US. This webinar is in the series of these webinars. We are definitely going to learn out of her experiences in education as well as in personal and professional life where she has reached now. So I am not going to formally introduce Monika, but I am going to informally take maximum information out from her personal endeavors. So welcoming Monika from USA via Mumbai and reaching to Punjab, Gurusar Sadhar. Monika, welcome, and please let us know about your qualifications.
Sure. Thank you, Mandeep Ma'am Ji. First of all, I want to thank, of course, Mandeep Ma'am Ji. She's always been in touch with me and always motivating me, to pass my knowledge. Thanks to Khalsa College of Education. I don't know many of you, but I'm so glad to know Dr. Pargat Singh Khaja Ji, who emailed me, and I think Ramandeep Ma'am Ji, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm not very sure about the names. But thank you for, arranging this and giving me the opportunity. I hope this helps a lot of you, and good morning to all the students and everyone attending the seminar. I am actually, it's night over here, so the light is not very bright, so you might not be able to see me very well. But my screen will, give you a lot of knowledge, and I'm ready to share the screen with you all. I will give this presentation. I'll pass it to you all once I am done with the seminar. I'll definitely give it to Mandeep Ma'am Ji, and she can always forward it to you all to go through it later. So you need not take any notes. I will send you the entire presentation later. So I welcome all of you over here. I'm Monika Tekchandani, and I was in BTTC in 2003. I did my B.Ed from BTTC, and then in 2005, I ended up in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts. I came on a visa where I didn't have any work permits because I came with my husband who had come here to work. So it was a little bit of challenging, the first few years where I had to really, really work, be at home and think about, my future, what I'm going to do. But once I got my work permit, then I started working, and then I even studied and took some courses. And right now I moved my career from junior college. I was teaching junior college in Mumbai.
So there is one question to you, Monika. You were teaching in degree college here in Mumbai, and how this idea come to you that you all planned and you started planning for going to America?
Sure. So what happened, like I was teaching degree college and I was even teaching junior college in India because I did my B.Ed and M.Com and so I'm a B.Com, M.Com and diploma in business management, and even I had my B.Ed. So I started teaching degree college in India. But what happened when I came here, I realized that here to teach in a degree college or even to teach in a primary and an elementary level, you need to clear the MTEL. MTEL is a Massachusetts Teachers Educators License. So you need to get a license. Over here, everything is about license. So to get that license, I had to go through the geography and history of US, and that would have been a little challenging for me if I wanted to start to work right away. So what I did is the first step when you come here to this country is that you have to send all your degrees, whatever degrees you have taken in India, to an institution called, I will pass the institution details to you. That's this institution. Let me show you that. It's called CED. Can everybody see that? It's called CED. So you pay $100 and you send all your transcripts to them. So my advice to you, first advice is whenever you take any courses in India, the first thing is save your transcripts. Some people don't go and collect their transcripts from the university. And please save your originals, don't lose them. All the transcripts, all the degree certificates, all originals, save them in a very good file, which will help you a lot. So I got all my originals and I send them to this institution. And when this institution sent my degree back to me, I had even taken a Montessori course in India. So this is what they came back with. So as you can read, the University of Mumbai, that is Bombay Teachers Training College, is affiliated to the US college. So if I did a B.Ed, from example, from a place called IGNU, which is in, I think, distance learning, or I don't know if there are other institutes which give you, which, teach B.Ed, but B.Ed from Bombay Teachers Training College is an accredited university according to US. Now in US, all the universities in India are not accredited. But this, I didn't know that. So when I came here, when I give my degrees, it clearly says the University of Mumbai, Bombay Teachers Training College is an accredited institution in US. So
So,
that means,
Monica, I will be asking questions in between. Now, it's a pride for us to know that you are alumna of BTTC, Bombay Teachers Training College. But now the students to whom you are addressing to, they are from Punjab, they are from GHG College, and they are from other institutions also. How will students come to know that my institution where I have taken my B.Ed from, whether that is accredited over there or not? Is there any protocol or is there any documentation where they can find out that my institution is listed and listed or not?
yes, definitely, I will, it's not in the slide, but I'll definitely pass that knowledge to you,
Yes, right.
afterwards. But more than that, I will tell you what is accredited is anything, any degree which comes from the university. So,
Okay.
for example, I took my diploma from Nursi Monji. Now, Nursi Monji, I took diploma. Diploma is not accredited in USA.
Okay.
So it's only the degrees. So the degree which I got from the University of Mumbai, which clearly says that it's a degree and with the University of Mumbai stamp, and I'm sure University of Punjab, that is all accredited. But there
Yes.
are
So
many courses which are
the
diploma.
students must feel university, Punjab University, Chandigarh College, which you are addressing to. So they are the students from those that university, which is most established university in Punjab and the oldest university. So fine. So that's what one of the matter which satisfies them for the accreditation of their own institution, because on their degree it is not the name of the college that is mentioned, it is always Punjab University, Chandigarh that is mentioned on their degrees. Thank
Yes,
you,
that's
Monica.
yeah, that is very important. Any stamp of the university of that state is what it counts, So it cannot be the college report cards or anything. It has to be degrees. And another thing is like I did my BCom. And I know some people take arts, some people take commerce, some people take science. So if you take commerce and arts, is 3 years, 3 years in college. But in US, anything below 4 years is not considered as a bachelor according to US. So if you want to come to USA, it's very important that you have 4 years of college in university. So for example, if I took my BCom, I wouldn't be qualified to teach here, but I am because I took MCom. And MCom, I didn't take distance learning. I took it from the University of Mumbai. So 2 years of MCom and 3 years of BCom gives me 5 years, but I need 4 years. So that's the problem. And B.Ed is also counted as 1 year. So even if I didn't take my MCom, I did 3 years of BCom and 2 years of 1 year of B.Ed, it becomes 4 years. So the thing is that in USA, you have to attend 4 years of degree college, not 3 years. And then only you can be equivalent to bachelors of USA. So if you read this, University of Mumbai, it says completion. And then 3 years of Bachelor of Commerce is considered 3 years of US undergrad. You can read it clearly. It's not grad. The Master of Commerce requires the bachelor degree. So that fulfilled my bachelor degrees according to US. And then I got a Bachelor of Commerce. Then Business Administration was my diploma. So it did not give me a business administration degree, but it was just a diploma. So that is how it is calculated. So I would let
So,
you.
one very good thing from your time and the current time, the students which are passing out nowadays is B.Ed has become 2 years.
Wow.
So, so when they calculate the timing with the graduation and their professional degree, which satisfies to that condition which you are mentioning about. So this
Yes.
change has taken place somewhere around 2000, maybe 14 or 15. So now all the students all over India, we have 2 years B.Ed and we have 4 years degree of B.Ed, also 4 years professional degree. So now all students after graduation, when they are passing out, they are doing 2 years degree only.
Oh, that's good to know. See, I had taken 1 year B.Ed. So if you read my last line of the first paragraph, the Bachelor of Commerce also admits into 1 year of Bachelor of Education, which is considered equivalent to US Bachelor of Education degree. So Bachelor of Education degree from BTTC is equivalent to Bachelor of Education degree even in this country. So that's what I wanted to let you all know, that whatever B.Ed you are doing right now from the universities, that will give you a Bachelor of Education degree in this country too. Besides that, you have 4 years extra, that is commerce, or 2 years of B.Ed, so 1 year goes into that. So that's how they calculate it. And then this is how it comes. So based on everything, they give you grades. So this was all that I sent them, and I got my degrees translated, and they put the practice lessons, project work, because over here they calculate everything according to credits. Credit is what is needed, 6,666. So how many credits you have, according to that you get your degree. So I took all these courses in B.Ed, they put them inside and they calculated it. This is not me who sent them, but they do all this math and everything. Because they have everything from India, the subjects which were there in B.Ed, everything, and then they translate it. And Foundation of Education is again from MCom and BCom, and they themselves calculate all this and give this to me. And after they gave this to me, then I send them to Department of Early Education. And Department of Early Education is different in every state. So I'm in Massachusetts. So in Massachusetts, it's called Department of Early Education and Care. And as you see, this certificate has 6 levels. There's a T, there's an LT, there is infant and toddler, there is P for preschool, D for D1, and D2 for D director 2. So when I translated my degrees, I was at LT. LT is lead teacher. So lead teacher is like you can be leading the classroom with an assistant teacher. So when I came to this country with all the degrees what I have so far, I got as LT of preschool, not infant, because I didn't teach any infants and toddlers. I was in GD Somaya teaching the elder kids as a part of B.Ed program. And I did my internship at Euro Kids in India with the Montessori. So I got LT. And after I got my LT, I started teaching as a lead teacher directly. Of course, I wanted to go ahead, so I took some courses to go to D1, and now I'm D2, so I'm director 2. Director is nothing but a principal of the school. So here, to become a principal, you have a separate degree. It's besides the lead teacher. There are levels. So T is just the teacher, and there's an assistant teacher who needs not have any degree. Then T is a teacher who works under the lead teacher. Then lead teacher is above the teacher, and director is the principal of the school. Though I am director 2, director 1 is assistant director, and director 2 can be the director. Though I'm director 2,
So,
sorry.
Monica, one more question for you. Suppose students they plan to go from here, they can be when they reach over there, or they are looking for jobs, or they are wanting to. I mean, somehow if somebody reaches there, they can be applying for D1, D2, or they have to start from T only.
They have to start from T, but as because of the degrees what I had, I started from LT. So D1, D2 has to be done in this country. It cannot
Okay,
be done in India.
right, right.
You can reach LT. And I would suggest everyone that if you can do it, please take D.Ed along with B.Ed. D.Ed is, the early education. Why I'm suggesting everyone to do that is because early education is really, really important if you want to teach the younger kids in preschool. And that's an easier way to get in this country. To teach higher levels, it's really difficult because you have to take the license, clear the exams. They're very difficult. People over here also fail a lot of time. So the best way to start into the teaching career is to go into preschool and a daycare and start until it's still pre-kindergarten. So basically kids under 6 years. So you're going to teach kids from 1 year to 6 years. That's what I am doing right now. But if you have done PSC or science, or I was in the geography and economics. So I'm a geography and economics teacher. But if you take math and science as a BA, as a part of B.Ed, then it's very easy for you to get a teacher's job at college level in this country. So math and science people.
One more thing I want to learn something over here, because all these students they are budding teachers. Some of them they are in the process of B.Ed, and some of them they have just passed out and 1 year or 2 years teaching experience and like that. So when you are saying that they need to have the elementary training also along with that.
Yeah, so I'm like, according to me, I
So
think
that degree over here in India, it's not a university degree. It's a state level degree. For example, diploma in elementary teacher training is Maharashtra state which is giving. Similar
yes,
maybe in Punjab state, or so. If that is not at university, is that counted as
yes,
yes?
it besides the 4 years besides the bachelor which you need to have. So you need to have bachelor of US, which is a 4 year degree course. And then you can take any diploma. So I took a Montessori course. Now Montessori course is not a degree course from
Yes,
India.
right.
It's anything which is in the early education is not a degree. It's a diploma in India. But that's fine. That's counted over here. But first thing is you have to have 4 years of degree, bachelor degree, and that would then you can, these are all additional things which will help you.
Correct.
So, but for science and math, so if you have done B.Ed in math and science, of course, besides the 4 years, there are many international organizations which are taking teachers from India without any license if you have math and science as a as a part of your speciality in B.Ed. So I am from the MCOM side, and I did my geography and economics, B.Ed in geography and economics. So that's why I was not able to get into teaching at a higher level, because geography, social studies in US is different to India. So we all understand the economics of India is different than economics of US. geography and history of India is different than your, but math and science is universal. You go anywhere in the world, and math and science teachers are in great demand in this country from India because they know that India really, really is good in science, STEM, and technology and math. And math is something which people over here don't understand. They always rely on iPhones, calculators.
And
So of
maths is
course,
a subject where Indian students, they actually excel because of the
yes,
Vedic mathematics and ancient style of teaching mathematics,
yes,
logical reasoning, and all that also.
yes. So
Good information, very good information for them.
but that doesn't set us back who have taken commerce. But if you have taken commerce, I
Right.
would really, really encourage you to take the D.Ed or Montessori or diploma in early education. So that you can still come here and teach at a lower level and then start taking courses to go at a higher level, what I'm doing right now. But math and science teachers, I have a teacher who did her B.Ed from IGNU, from Delhi. And I was surprised that she just gave an entrance exam and she got, without a license, she's teaching in an institute called CAT, which is an international institute. And she's a science teacher and doing very well over there. And she's really getting paid very nicely too. So math and science definitely is something which is going to help anybody who's in that background. So this is just a basic thing that so many immigrants are coming to US. So the laws are changing. The degrees are changing, and people are encouraging degrees from outside countries. Previously, they wouldn't encourage it, but now they are because they know that we really take pains for getting these degrees. It's not easy. So as you say, it's an immigrant country. It's a very diverse country. People from all over the world are coming here and are welcome to take their courses. So this is what I made. You know, Bachelor of Commerce. This is my degrees. What I did from India, and this is what I took in US. So here, as I said, everything is 3 credit. I took all these courses over here. Now let me tell you, if you come to this country, these courses are being offered free right now. After COVID, all these courses have become free. The inclusive
That's great.
classroom, preschool curriculum, child development, child guidance, infant and toddler. They have made it free because people cannot afford after COVID. People have lost their jobs and they're sitting at home unemployed. So I paid for all these courses, but now they're running it free of charge. So once you
So,
come to this country,
Monica, how do, I mean, maybe you are coming to that point also. So, suppose at my age also, even teacher educators or students definitely should go. Online courses are available. How can one apply for these courses?
so
Are they ongoing, like 3 months, or they self-paced courses, or it is time duration? How it is?
So some of them are self-paced, and some of them are these. Each of these courses are 8 weeks. For 8 weeks,
Okay,
they run for 8 weeks, and after 8 weeks, they start again. So it's spring, summer, fall, winter. So we have 4 sessions, which go like spring classes, summer classes, and fall classes and winter classes. You don't have to attend because they're all online right now.
right.
Even before that, they used to attend only once a week and everything else was online. Now, when you take courses in US, I'm telling you that you are doing everything by yourself. There are no textbooks. It's all research and papers. After taking these courses and submitting the assignments, let me tell you that even if you copy one line from the internet, they can make it out immediately. Immediately in US, anything. So if I take something, if I have a topic and I go to my friend and say, hey, you took this course, can you share yours? You cannot do that. I mean, their online system is so strong. All the colleges are linked to an online system, and not even a single line can be copied from anyone else's homework or their assignments. So that's the main thing. That's a very good thing because everybody has to show their creativity. and
So you
not.
can gather lots of information, but you have to have a plagiarism checker on yourself that you do not copy. But then with your own creative ideas, you have to develop your assignments. So that is a very good aspect.
Plagiarism is like there's a testing tool for us also when you're submitting the assignments and during the course of these taking these courses. But besides that, they have a different system which we are not aware. All the colleges need to have that. I mean, it's difficult at one point, but at the second time, I feel that it's easier because you
Yes.
can show your creativity and how good you are at everything. And if you want, I can share some of the questions, some of the topic matter which is discussed in these courses. So one of this is inclusive classroom. Now, what is inclusive classroom? Let me tell you that 25 to 30% of the kids in classrooms are special kids. Now, if I call them special, they may be at the spectrum very low, down at the spectrum. They may be high at the spectrum. But autism is a very, very big thing in this country. And in India, I hadn't, I'm telling you, I don't know about now, but when I was teaching these kids, I never saw so much autistic special,
The
dyslexia.
number and the percentage is increasing in India also, but not at the we have the larger number of learning disabled, or we call them differently abled children. But
Yeah.
autism also is more visible, specifically in more, you can say, the metropolitan cities. People choose to bring them out. Earlier they were enclosed in the homes, so now you see some people, but not very high in number, I suppose.
Yeah, so here the numbers are very high and they are going high day by day. The reason being, there are a lot of reasons, they get married late, kids are born late, twins, and all those things. So, the inclusive classroom, this country will not separate those kids from the classrooms. They
Okay.
have to be included in the classroom. They have a one on one help, but they train teachers to,
Hmm.
control the classroom with the kids, with all the kids being included in the same classroom. So that's a very, very, very important course which all the teachers are required to take at all levels, so that teachers don't lose their patience and learn how to manage the classroom besides, having all types of kids in the same classroom. Preschool curriculum is like the curriculum which you have to follow in a preschool. Program admin is for the director level, how to manage a preschool. Child development associate is a complete of all the courses together. Child guidance is how to control the behavioral problems in the classroom. Some, I mean, of course, I mean, there are in preschools, you are not allowed to send a kid to a principal's office, like, oh, this kid is not, it's uncontrollable or is hitting. No, you have to learn how to control them. So it's called child guidance. How do you guide them to be inclusive and to, help themselves and others in the classroom? Infant and toddler is the younger kids because they have different levels of development. And then health safety of kids in the school. Right now in the health and safety, we are even including lockout drills, fire drills, which are compulsory lockout drills because the things are changing recently. So how a teacher can react to a sudden lockdown which is needed immediately. So we are being trained for that. Besides this, we even have to take CPR and first aid. All the teachers of all levels in US need a CPR and first aid, and that has to be renewed every year. Every year you need to take the first aid course, besides all the other courses. And it is given over here as a part of the institution. So, once you get admission over here, you will take that course immediately. So,
So,
what is the
Monica,
difference?
here also we have inclusive education on place. We have inclusive education policy established in 2008, then again renewed in 2014. So, we have lot many policies, but then certain things which you are mentioning, for example, fire drill for teachers And these are something very new that we are getting to learn, that these are the even first aid practices also for the teachers. And that's what are the added feathers which you have in US. And that's how specifically in the teaching profession, to have a better control in the classroom and making those practices work functionally. That is the difference, what you can say, in India and in US. As in
Yeah.
teaching fraternity, we have to learn about.
So if so, when we get a license to run a school, that
Yes.
license has to be renewed every year.
Hmm.
And when you renew the license, you have to show that you had one fire drill every month and how
This
much time.
is this is a license to run a school, or license for the teacher. How often the license of a teacher is also to be renewed?
No, to run the school.
Okay.
Because these fire drills are held by the teachers, control it, but they are declared by the principal. So the
Correct.
principal will suddenly run the fire alarm, and they
Yes.
it will not inform us, and the teachers perform it, but they are the one who execute it. So
Correct.
so then they write it down in their books that they held it at this time for this many minutes, and what was like, did the kids participate, cooperate, and all this. So we have an evacuation plan. So every school has a place outside the building where they teach the kids that they have to assemble there in case of a real fire. That's very important. Every kid will let you know that how they can get out of the building if there's a real fire.
Yes. Yes.
So safety and life is very important in this country. They value life a lot, so that's why, especially of the kids. So this is just a part of that. So, what is the difference in the Indian and US education system? So, as I said, 3 years, it's 10 plus 2 plus 3, but here it's 10 plus 2 plus 4 to get a bachelor's degree. Percentage. So, in India, it's all about percentage. In the board exams, they only 10th or 12th. But here you have to sit for an entrance exam like SAT and ACT. So my daughter in high school will give a SAT exam, and that will decide her score in the SAT exam. Just like you have, for MBA, you give those entrance exams. Exactly like that, we have those entrance exams. Now, here the ratios are very high. In India, it's like I used to teach 60 to 100 kids in college. Here it's only 30 in college. And in preschool, it's 20, not more than 20. So the student ratio is very less, student versus teacher ratio. In India, it's mostly the textbooks, and I don't. Sports is coming up. I'm not saying it's not, but at year, it's not only about subjects. It's more like if a child is very good in sports, he'll still get into Harvard because he did well in sports. So it's not only the subjects; it's the extracurricular activities, the community services that the kids do. So there are a lot of things which they calculate before they allow you to take an admission into a college, enroll yourself in a college. So it's not only your academics, it's all overall personality of a student which is taken into consideration. Well, in India, there is very high respect for teachers. I'm telling you, here they have to come up. They call them with their names. They don't call Miss, they call them, okay, Monica. But now, from the time I have started teaching, I have like, no, you have to call me Miss Monica. Everybody calls Miss. And as I told Miss Mandeep ma'am last time too, your principal is like just like one of us. They don't stand when a principal enters, but I told Mandeep ma'am I do stand today too when my director or principal enters my classroom. And she would always wonder why I'm doing that. And I told her that's what the respect that I was taught by my teachers from India. And I follow
I
it
think
here.
I think this coming generation, upcoming generation, needs to underline and put in the inverted commas that the respect for teachers, for elders, wherever you go in the world, it is highlighted and it is noticed, because somewhere we are also feeling that somewhere we are finding that upcoming generation is trying to equate the differences of the generation gap, and cover up that distance little faster than how we had covered up. So maybe those protocols of respect, as Monika is saying, that I always used to stand up when my teacher would come. Maybe these are the things which upcoming generation needs to highlight. Even in India, certain things are getting lost somewhere, but we admire that. So those are the ancient values of Indian cultural values which need to maintain, and all over the world they are recognized.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, she didn't know the Indian culture, but when she knew the culture, excuse me, she was like, "Oh wow, you do this?" I said, "Yeah, we do that." And she was like, "Wow, I've never got so much respect." And I said, "Yeah, sorry, I drink water." And I said, "Yeah, this is what we were taught in India." Yeah, she said, "Oh, I have never felt so important in my life." I said, "Yeah, we make you feel important." So we had three Indian teachers, and all of them made her feel so important that she was so happy, and even the parents, like I have Indian kids, their parents also respect the principal. They respect me because they know teachers are to be respected.
Monica, have a sip of water.
Yeah, I just
So
have a
I
water.
think students, I wish to tell you that we can be highlighting the values for ourselves: parental values, students' values, teachers' values, and then maybe you can tick mark that which I
Yeah.
have and which I need to imbibe and which I need to carry with myself always, because
Mm.
at some level all these students, they must have demarked that this is the teacher, I want to become a teacher like this particular person.
Yeah.
So try to imbibe those values amongst yourselves also, and carry that pride with you wherever you go. Carry that pride with you that I am from this particular institution and there the teachers were like this, and I want to become that kind of branded teacher that will increase your personal value in teaching fraternity. So
Yes.
that's what I think. That's why I feel in BTTC also why we keep calling only some of our alumni back to our institutions. So we don't have a very long list, but we have very highlighted alumni to whom which we feel like calling them back again and again and extend their wings to other states also. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Monica. You can continue.
Yeah, I would always tell that now, as soon as I entered this career, when I entered the career, I didn't see any Indian teacher in this field. I'm being very honest to you. But slowly, when I started bringing, there are a lot of teachers who tell me, because of you, we entered this career. And I'm telling you now, they want Indian teachers because they know that they're very hardworking, they are very punctual, and they're very respectful. Teachers over here don't respect. And they're very patient. Patient is a key to teaching is patience. If you don't have patience, you cannot teach. So, all these qualities are available in us. So we definitely, have a very good chance in this career over here. So the sixth point I wanted to say, the textbook is given a lot of importance in India. Of course, things are changing now at the ICSC, CBSE levels.
Right.
But over here, we have no textbooks. No textbooks in preschool, no textbooks in elementary, no textbooks at all. It's all about project and research. And whatever is done in the classroom is done in the classroom. Most of the kids don't bring anything home. So parents really don't know what's happening in the school because it's all practical knowledge. Like, for example, today I had caterpillars. We ordered caterpillars, and we took the caterpillars to school. And now our kids are watching the caterpillars growing from caterpillars to butterfly. So we have put them in the net. So and then they will record every stage. They will draw every stage, note it down, and that's all. It's all about practical knowledge. Public schools are given low importance. So now in India, when I was there, of course, I was from the SSC, but now everybody believes in private, international schools, CBSE schools. In this country, public schools are equally good as private schools, but they are given more importance because public schools are all free. You don't pay a single dollar from from 6 years till 16 years of age. You don't pay a single dollar for your education. So you pay for kids below 6 years at the preschool level, pre-K level. From kindergarten, the education in public schools become free up to the 12th grade. After that, when they go for undergrad and grad, the fees are very, very high. I'm sure they cover off all these years which they have free education. They cover it later. But yes, the public school, elementary, middle, and high school is free. So the parents don't pay anything. Each class is called standard one, standard two. You don't say that I'm in standard one. We say we are in grade one, grade two, grade three. And in India, you don't require a license to teach. You need the degree. But over here, so even if I have a degree, after that, so I want to become a math teacher at the primary level. So I take a license only for that. So all the teachers don't have the same license. Every teacher has a different license. Like I have a license for early education. If you want to teach math at fourth grade, so you have license for that. So you only sit for that exam and you specialize in that and get a license for that. Every teacher has its own license. That is needed to be, so you only study that subject and sit for that exam and get the license. And once you get the license, you don't have to renew it. You are a teacher forever. License is another part, but I will let you know. I will send you the details about the licensing thing.
So, Monica, here also we have free primary education, elementary education till 7th or 8th standard state-wise. Like in Maharashtra, it is till 7th standard and 8th, and free education even for girls also, some states they have,
Yeah.
but all under government arena.
Yes.
Not in the private, the public and private sectors. So that's what the difference which you are specifically mentioning. Over there, public schools are fully developed and very advanced. Here, earlier, if you look before 25-30 years, government schools, they had very good reputation. Like the generation now, we are between 40s and 50s. Many of us, we have studied in government schools. Over a period of time, there was you can say the decline in the quality of government schools, but now again it is coming up. So free education to reach to the masses in India also is high at number, but still privatization is in competition. So there is lots of competition in private education at school level. So the cost is comparatively much higher in elementary and secondary education.
Yeah, I mean, here the other thing is that if I have, so I'm staying in Bandra, and if I have in at the end of my lane, there's a government or public school. So my kids can only go to that school. They cannot go to the school in the next town or the next
Yes,
lane.
yes, yeah.
So you have to, so people change their houses as per the school. So here
Okay,
it's a little different. People like, oh, that school is good, so I have to buy a house over here. It's like that.
okay.
So
Mhm.
you cannot go to any school. You have to go to the school which is next, which comes into your address.
Mhm.
So that's another good thing one way, because then people are not fighting to get enrollments in school. The other thing is preschool. So this is the age group you can teach. You can teach a preschool when you're 16 plus. So you can start as early being a teacher as early as 16 years of age. Background check. So the other thing I wanted to tell you, once you become a teacher over here, the first thing, if you apply, they're going to check your background. Background check is the first thing, and before that, they don't even tell you what are they going to give you, what is the salary, what is your position, nothing. Background check is number one. Now, what does a background check mean? Background check means that you haven't committed any crime. Another thing is that if you were under a lawsuit, it's all clear, and you're not still fighting any suit. So it's all about your history. That's the first thing they check before they give you any job in any field, but in teachers field it's more detailed background check. So preschool, as I said, it's certification from Department of Early Education from kindergarten to grade 12. It's teaching license of the specific state. So I'm from Massachusetts, Washington, every state has its own department. This is CPR and first aid is required in every state in this country. So you cannot escape that. So you should know how to give a CPR if somebody was having a heart attack. How do you give the strokes and how do you give them the breathing strokes so that they can survive the first level before an ambulance comes here? University college professors, if you want to teach in a college in this country, the first thing you need is a master's degree. So at the bachelor's degree, you cannot teach in a college. You can teach the primary, elementary, high school, but not college. So, and of course, not only masters, if you have your PhD, you are going to get very nice jobs over here. So PhD is very, very reputed in this country. I know not all of us can do that. It's very, very high level education, as I know Dr. Mandip Culture and Dr. Pragat Singh have done that. And I really admire you guys doing it because it's not easy, but at the same time, it's very, very reputed in this country too. These are the exchange programs. Now, these are the websites. I can show you one of the websites, how to apply for the visa, because there are some universities who who post their jobs online for international teachers. So, how to apply? So, for example, if I go on this one, this is one of them. So, which universities actually accept international students? This is all given over here. So, once you click on them, you can go there to go there on the website, application process. What do you need for the program? What do they need getting to China? So, it's like it's everything over here. So, it's not only one university. You can see all the universities and what is the prerequisite for them. What kind of teachers are they looking out for? What education they are looking out for, what is the time frame they are looking out for, 3 months or temporary or permanent teachers. So it's all given over your teacher exchange programs. So this is the website. I have given the website. You can go there. A lot of universities listed over here. I mean, you will get lost, but if you go on each of them, you come to know, where you stand and if there's something which interests you or meets your requirement, and you can apply for it. And they take care of the sponsor. Sponsor means that they are going to sponsor the visas. If you come to this country on a visa, your dependent visa with your husband, then you don't have to go through all this. But if you're looking out to come as and you're looking out for a sponsor to sponsor you, then this is where you need to go. These websites will help you to know which organizations do that. Not all schools do that, not all colleges do that. There are very few colleges who do that. So this is another one, H1B visa for teachers.
So
This is
that's a
how.
wonderful information, Monica. When you are talking about teacher exchange, that means that is in service exchange. Am I right?
Yes. So it can
Okay.
be for 3 months, 6 months. They're not big. And so when you come for an exchange program, they arrange for your stay with a family over here. So you stay with a family who can guide you around the place. Some of the families even are ready to cook for you. So I remember that one of my teachers, college professors from MMK, had come here for a 3 months exchange program in summer at the New York University, NYU. That is a very popular university which calls a lot of teachers on exchange programs. NYU, New York University. I'll send you that details too. So
So
that's
to understand little more for our budding teachers and in service, so some of them they must be in job because I believe Dr. Pagat has called his alumni also back on this platform for them to know. Does this exchange mean there has to be to and fro, like one teacher has to come from there to here and one has to go from here to there, or it is independent of to and fro?
It can be both. So what I knew was that only she went to New York. She came to New York. So not no nobody from your traveled to India. So most of the times from India, they usually prefer one-way exchange program because most of the teachers, I think, they don't know the language in India, so they are really scared. Well, we are so adjusted. We know English. We know some of us, of course, know so many different French, Spanish languages. So we can adjust in this country. But for them to come there, I think they are sometimes they are lost because of the language. So they don't prefer to have two-way. Usually it's one way. And that's what I want to tell you is that the main thing what every Indian should be proud of that we know English. You see people coming from China and Japan and other parts of Asia. I'm telling you, they have a hard time. Hard time. Their accent doesn't match, so they don't prefer that those teachers. Their accent is very different. Their English is very different. So Indian teachers are really, really should be proud because we are way ahead than any other teachers from other countries, from Asia, which I'm really proud of.
Yes, we
And
must, because in India, at higher education, specifically when you are talking about post graduation and PhD, the medium of instruction compulsorily at universities, it is English medium. So students have to reach to that level where the communication and medium of instruction at least is English only.
yes, that's what they always say that India is very, very ahead of all that. So when you come on a teacher exchange program, you get a visa called J1. That means that you J1 visa is only for the specific period where you are here for an exchange program. The moment that's over, you need to go back to your country. Otherwise you get in trouble. So that's what they give a specific visa which is called a J1. They usually in exchange program they prefer non-US citizens, so definitely all Indian citizens and citizens from other countries. They have a strong sense of English, communication, English as a primary level of communication. They all should have a US bachelor's degree. So as well as I said, for a bachelor degree of US, you need 4 years of degree in India. So that's a basic prerequisite for an exchange program. You need to have the qualifications required. That means if they need a math teacher, then you should be B.Ed math. They need a science teacher. They need a early education teacher, so you should have that degree. Post degree classroom, of course, like as I said, masters, PhDs are first in the list to get to this country. So it all depends on how educated you are. Yeah, that also helps there. And they do not intend to become, so they are on an exchange program. You cannot get employed in this country. So you come and you go back. That is it. That it's meant for that. So you should not have any, okay, never mind, I'll just go and settle down over there, I'll find an employment. But that won't help you. So you should be clear that you're coming on an exchange program and you'll go back as requested. And experience, of course, the number of years you have put in your teaching career, accounts for your exchange program. So it all depends on how many years you'll spend in India teaching kids. They are going to see all these things before they consider you for the exchange program. That's why, like, these websites will help you to know that what is required by each of these institutes. Um, Lastly, I would always tell people from India, I'm not perfect too, and none of us are, because we have a different culture, we are from a different background, and we follow British English. English in America is a little different than British English, and most of these words are, I always tell people to go through this because some words have different meaning in this country. And you will be shocked that especially this third one, which I'm saying, the trunk of a car, we always say dicky. It's not a nice word. It's a very slang language in this country. So there are a lot of words like biscuit. We don't call it biscuit, we call it cookie. As I was teaching this first word, rubber is not rubber, it's eraser in this country. Rubber is something very different in this country. So these are, and ground floor. We don't have a ground floor. Our ground floor is always a first floor. And interesting fact is that we never have a 13th floor in any building in US. most of the buildings. I don't know why they consider 13 also as unlucky as we consider it. So there's no 13th floor. From 12th, it will soon go to 14, but there will be no 13. So, I mean, there are some things which are similar to our culture, but there are some things which are different. After all, we all are coming from different parts. So the spelling of Czech is Check, not Cheque in this country, which I learned after coming here. A lot of things I have learned also after coming here. Invoice. So we always say, we go to a hotel and we say, "Oh, can you give me my bill?" It's not bill; it's a check, or it's an invoice. So it's very different. Some things are very different. So if you are coming to this country, definitely I would encourage you to go through some words. There is a lot of information on the internet. If you type words which have different meanings in US versus British English, you'll come to know, these are some of them, but these are the most important of them. So you can go through this whenever I send you the slides.
That's
And
very good to know that Monika is really putting a lot of effort. She has already put in lot of effort to make us understand that do your homework before you
yeah.
come to US and before you plan to come to US. This is very informative session for that reason, that there may be differences which prevail, but we need to understand those differences and we need to match with the culture caliber and get ourselves adapted to that different atmosphere where we are planning to go for. So this is also a very important aspect you have covered, Monica, today, to make our students aware about.
Yeah, that is very important because I feel I am myself struggle sometimes to understand. Like, we are very, very, very respectful, and we are very soft spoken, very, very we are religious. We are very, very different to this culture. So of course, whoever comes here at first, of course, feels lost. But I'm telling you that over the years, even over the months, you'll start liking it. Every journey is different, but it's rewarding at the end. This is some online tutoring opportunities. So these are some websites who, because of COVID, a lot of things have changed. So many of these websites are hiring teachers from abroad because remote learning has become the new era of it's everything. I always see COVID as a positive thing too, because remote learning was not popular before that. So this has created opportunities for teachers from other countries. These are the websites: webkit.com, growingstars.com. They hire teachers from China and India to teach kids in USA. The only problem is the timings. Of course, you have to be awake. I'm telling you, my daughter is taking a dance class from a teacher who's from India. He's awake all throughout the night taking dance classes. This wouldn't have been possible if there was no remote learning. So this has created a lot of opportunities for teachers from India. Imagine, like, you don't have to study; you can be a dance teacher too. So everything is I even there are teachers who are teaching math, online math from India. There are teachers who are teaching online science from India now. After COVID, we have come together as one community, and I'm very, very proud that now this is going to open a lot of opportunities for a lot of teachers from India. And these are two websites which I would want all of you to go. It's indeed.com and schoolspring.com. Most of the job opportunities are listed on these two websites. So this will help you. This is basically for teachers, indeed.com. And if you type teachers, School Spring is only for teachers, Indeed is for everyone. But if you type like which job search are you searching for, you type teachers and it will list all the teachers' jobs. This two websites I really want all of you to go through and see what are the requirements and how do you meet that according being in India and being a teacher from India. Some of them would require USA permit, but some of the new tutoring opportunities do not require any permits. Now, how do they pay? Nowadays, there's a lot of way to pay, like Bank of America. You have PayPal, you have Venmo. So it's not difficult to earn money, you know. Of course, it's going to charge you something, you know, to earn in dollars, but it's possible. So I mean, I would tell all of you to, if you are really interested, you don't want to come to this country, of course, go through these websites and start teaching online. You never know, you know. Any extra helps. It just adds to your experience that you taught before coming to this country, you know. And the other thing I wanted to let all of you know is that I'm always there. You know, I listed my phone number. If you ever have
Yeah,
questions,
that's
please feel
that's
free.
so wonderful, Monica. And as you were talking, I thought I also must scroll and find out. I quickly put into the websites indeed.com and all that to find out more information, to spread it out to our students and make it available to upcoming budding teachers, which is very, very important, because they have to look for new avenues. They have to look for more opportunities for themselves. Questions already had been pouring for you in the chat box, like English teacher, English language opportunities had been asked. And even the suggestions also have already come in, that I am solving the problems for the students of USA online in with a specific platform. And I think you have really given lots and lots of information to our upcoming students. And if anything more is there, otherwise we can start taking their questions for 10-15 minutes, and they can be directly interacting with you.
Sure.
So these are
So
the, yes, Monica, please continue.
I shared the screen. Indeed, you know, this is how it looks. So if
Yes,
you just
yes,
type
yes,
the
I just,
it's
yeah,
very easy to follow.
this gives the answer to Simarpreet has asked the question, that what is the scope of English language teachers. So if you can go to this website, and like what Monica Miss has just shown to you, and look for over there, and she pressed maths, you can look for English, and you will find the opportunities of English teacher as well.
Yes, English teachers, I mean, as my personal experience, of course, English is little difficult to get as a teaching career in this country because of a little different, you know, accents.
Accent, yes.
And British English is different, you know. So that's another thing. So English, I would fear to be an English teacher directly. If you are coming to this country and you take some English courses at the beginning for 1 year, then you're all set. But directly coming from there as an English teacher, I wouldn't advise anybody to do that, you know,
Or
unless you
maybe
take courses.
what are the online opportunities to be an English teacher?
Yeah, there are a lot of online teaching programs, lots. So if you take that, definitely yes, you stand, you know, in front of other teachers. But you have to take, definitely, I would recommend taking those courses. And I even recommend everybody to, if possible, take Spanish, because there are a lot of schools. I wanted to give this information, if you all have a minute, is I will type this is something new which is coming up also. Um,
Monica, your volume little goes soft in between.
I am going to, yeah, increase the volume. So this is a school. Can you see? Can everybody see this
Yes,
screen?
yes, right.
You can see the international.
SELA, the
Yeah.
International Private School at
This school
Monica.
only hires teachers from Spain, or those teachers who, and they sponsor their visas. So they sponsor their visas and they bring teachers who only teach in Spanish, and it's called international school. All their teachers are coming from abroad, and they sponsor their visas for 3 years. But then after 3 years, they send them back and get a new, fresh row of teachers. So, I mean, this is an international private school, right? There are many schools who only hire teachers from abroad and sponsor their visas. And this is only early education. Okay, so we see this is the
Hmm.
school of early education. So they only need teachers from Spain who come and teach here. So it's very interesting now. Things are changing, you know.
Yeah, because we say that it's a all global platform, global village, we have started calling, and online has actually created lots and lots of wonderful opportunities for the upcoming generations. We have covered up the distances, like today is a morning for us and it's a night for you. We are keeping Monica also awake at
Oh, no.
night. So I think this generation doesn't mind at all staying and keeping away at night. In fact, they enjoy that aspect of life also. So there is no sleeping time for them, there is no getting up time for them. They just want to work and they want to enjoy. And that's the spirit of this generation, which we must salute and we must appreciate. And
Yes.
I'm glad, Monica. This was wonderful information what you had provided to our upcoming students. And if that's all from your side, then we
Yeah,
can invite the questions.
sure. You can start inviting the questions.
So thank you so much, Monica. I am again as alumna of Bombay Teachers Training College. I'm dutiful today to convey my humble thanks to you in specific, and Dr. Pargat Singh Garcha for inviting this collaboration and making this a continuation this collaborative effort for both the institutions. It's our privilege to take your time as well as learning from your experiences. So this was a wonderful session. I request the students of GHG College, their alumni, their alumni, if they are available. If any questions are there, you can be posting it on the chat also, or you can put your microphone on and you can be asking the questions.
Ma'am, I think 2-3 queries have already been taken care, and the student have the opportunity to note down the number of Madam Monika Tekchandani. You can also text her or send
Monica,
an
you
email.
can come to the last slide where your number and your email is put up. Is that there?
Ma'am, one question is more in the chat box by Sukhman. Ma'am, what is the Montessori course you talked about, and from which college or university one can go for? The question from Sukhman Sidhu. And the next question is by Priyanka Sharma. Ma'am, M.Ed is considered in USA or not?
So M.Ed is considered so it's a
Okay.
master of education. But as I said, M.Ed from a reputed like university, not a diploma, not a distance education. But anything else from the University of Punjab, M.Ed is equally as good as Masters of Education. And that will help you that is going to help you a lot to get into your elementary and primary.
Any other question from the student side, please? You can type your question in the chat box.
Someone asked about Montessori. So Montessori course, I did it from the Podar College. Podar College is a very small college in Mumbai. It is a 1-year course. I highly recommend everyone to take that course. If it's possible. It has to be from a private institution. University of Mumbai or University of Punjab wouldn't give you that course. It is done privately, and I will give you the information. Montessori courses in Mumbai. There are a lot of Montessori courses. Very for a Montessori teacher from India, have higher chances of getting a very nice job over here.
Monica, I will just add to what this question had been asked. Please go on the Google. You will find Maria Montessori had been a contributor in the field of education. So Maria Montessori is the concept which we call in early childhood education. But now in India, over and above, more concepts also have come up looking into Indian education system, which is basically is early childhood education. So Maria Montessori was the concept which was very popular at that point of time when Britishers had been in India. So that is how this concept had been very popular, because they wanted to teach their own generations. So then they developed this concept in India over a period of time. That this you can say Indian philosophies also have taken over. So if you look into all over India, there are very few schools now which are based on Montessori concept of early childhood education. But Montessori actually comes from the name of the contributor, that is Maria Montessori.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I took it from this Podar International School because it was closest to my house where I stayed. So they have all these teacher courses. They have Montessori too. But I'm sure if you type in Montessori courses, there are online courses too, which are equally good, you know. So, I mean, if you can take it, definitely I would suggest you guys to take it.
Ma'am Monica, one question related to these courses is asked in the chat box, whether there is any entrance test to join these courses or they are open.
In US or in India?
No, I think Monica may not be knowing much about these courses which are prevailing in India. Let me add to that answer. This is basically the courses are after 12th standard. So when you are teaching to kindergarten, the basic qualification required is that you should be good at English, your mathematical concepts, and basic knowledge about environmental education should be very clear. So some of the institutions, they have their own test to get into early childhood education or Montessori training, or some of them they have only interview. So basically it is on the merit. There is no national test or state level test for getting admission into these kind of courses, as far as I am aware about. So maybe Punjab state has some teacher training which is at kindergarten level. So ultimately, this is the training which is 4 to 5 years of LKG, UKG, nursery, standard one, standard two. Those are the early years which are taken into consideration when we are talking about Montessori training.
Yes, that's right. And when I did Montessori, we didn't require like that. College didn't require anything. We just had to pay the fees, and that's it. You could go ahead.
ਬਰਕਤ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਾਈਕ ਤੋਂ ਨਾ ਮਾਈਕ੍ਰੋਫੋਨ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਬੈਕਗ੍ਰਾਉਂਡ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ.
Okay, ma'am, I have unmuted. It is, I think, fan sound.
Okay. I think we have covered up. If any more questions are there, if graduation has done, so I'll read out the question, Monica, for you. If graduation has done on regular basis and post graduation is from open school university, then is that considered in 4 year of college? I think I doubt and I am afraid, but still you can take up the answer. If graduation is done on regular basis and post graduation is done on open school, is what you had been referring to, the distance education.
Yes. So
Maybe
I
group.
will answer.
Yes.
So graduation, if you have taken in science, then you're fine. Because science, if you are becoming an engineer or a doctor, you have 4 years of education, not 3. As you know, the engineers and doctors take 4 years degree college. So then you're fine. But if you're taking commerce, arts, only 3 years, and that is not considered. So you have to take one more year. So it can be M.Com, it can be B.Ed, which is 2 years now, as I said, but it can be anything which is 1 year to get to the Bachelor of US. 2 years definitely is much, much better, but 1 year is fine. So for me, it was BCom and M.Com. But even if I did not do my M.Com, B.Com and B.Ed, because I did 1 year of B.Ed, was equal to 4 years of education, graduation, according to US bachelor degree. But yeah, distance education, I'm sorry, it doesn't count in that, you know.
Open education and distance education, I think it is a similar concept, because open education also does not give you the provision of regular classes. So what Miss Monica is informing you, that it should be a regular degree, that you have attended those many a certain number of lectures in the college, you must have taken the field training, and those are the hours which get counted as the credits for your degree. That makes all the difference, I
Yes, that's
suppose.
correct, Mandeep, ma'am. Yes, you put it in the correct way, the very very correct way, which I couldn't put. You know, thank you for that. Yeah, you have to attend school or attend college and go personally to attend, and not online. So nothing online is counted as. But diploma, now diploma, I went on by myself to attend diploma courses, but diploma is still not counted. You know, even if you attend personal classes of diploma, anything degree as Mandeep ma'am said, anything which is stamped as a University of Punjab or University of Mumbai, but not written distance education. You know,
Very
that's
right. So Monica, I think we can just take the one last question for you, which says, ma'am, is there any entrance test to join online courses in USA for further education?
Not really. So it depends on what education you're taking. For teachers courses, there is no entrance test. So basically, for whatever courses you're taking, first we used to pay for. You need a bachelor. That's all that they require. You need to have a bachelor degree to take any courses. But if you don't have a bachelor degree, you can take the other courses, but not what I said. The other courses, which are like 1 year or 2 years, which will help you to become a bachelor first. So if you have bachelor's, you just enter the course. You don't need any entrance exam for that. And right now, I even wanted to show you that there is, Harvard University is offering, after COVID, as I said, is offering some free courses, very very few, but they are there. I would definitely want you to check, online. It's a 6 weeks course, and it's free. So if anybody wants to look into that, I can definitely help you out with that. It's not much, like 2 or 3 courses, but there are something which is which have come out after all this, I will tell you. It's edX or something like that. EDX online courses. I hope you can all see that. It's not exactly a Harvard degree, but it is another. It's affiliated to Harvard, but it's not that Harvard directly gives this degrees. But there's a lot of things which are free over here, business, teachers courses, and I'm going to send this, Mandeep ma'am. I'll send
Yeah,
this
I
to you.
think yes, the very popular edX courses are popular. In online, I think these courses have become more popular. So
Yes.
students should be aware about it. Still, the links, we will be sending them the links on the WhatsApp, and as well as in their, um,
Yes.
or it can be added into the information, the PPT which you will be sharing with them.
Sure, and there's no harm to take these 6 weeks courses. If you need a
Yes.
certificate, they charge you $70. If you don't need a certificate, you just take on the course, take the course, then they don't charge you anything.
So I think, Monica, that ends to our question and answer round also. Like lots and lots of information. Like I must share with you, Miss Monica believes strongly in the philosophy of Guru Nanak. And as Guru Nanak has said, Gyan ki ai andhi. So this was today, it was so much of knowledge which was pondered upon, and she has shared fearlessly. She has shared out of her experiences, and she had been telling that what had been the hassles and hurdles for her and she has motivated upcoming teachers to overcome that also. Very few people are so considerate and courteous to share out of their experiences. So, Monika, you are repeatedly conveying thanks to us, but we are thankful to you for your experiences and for your inputs. It was a wonderful session. And on behalf of Principal Dr. Pargat Singh Garcha and Bombay Teachers Training College, it's my duty that I must convey my humble thanks to you for managing your schedule for us and giving us precious moments and precious time from your personal visit. You were out with your family on a vacation trip, and you have shared your moments from that. Thank you so much for being with us. Over to Dr. Pargat Singh Garcha and Dr. Ramandeep Sidhu.
Mandeep ma'am, thanks a lot to you and Dr. Monika, Madam Monika, for a wonderful session for our students. I think no consultant or no agent will give a true picture of the education system or the job opportunities in USA, Canada, or other countries. I think in Punjab, many students are willing to for a visa on the basis of job in USA. So it was a really wonderful session, and first-hand experiences shared by Madam Monika are really useful for our students. So I think all the students must have noted down the key points, the job opportunities in USA, and the different areas where they can apply or they can work on. So I think it was a really a good session, and we know that we have stolen vacation time of Madam Monika ji, and we are really thankful to Dr. Mandeep ma'am for making the session so interactive for our students that each and every question in the minds of students was well perceived by the Madam Mandeep, and put forward to Madam Monika, and she beautifully explained each and everything. We from GHG Khalsa College of Education, Gurusar Sadhar, our management, our faculty, our organizer of this program, and our student are really thankful to both of you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Next, this was a finishing school program. This is a 17th day and 16th session of our finishing school program. So the concept was initially started in 2006-7 in the form of life skill education. So we can see the hard work of this college in previous years, that in 2006-7 the college organizing team thought of a program on life skill, and then in 2011-12 this program was renamed as a finishing school program. So we have started this program since 2011-12, and now it is a good opportunity for all of us to organize this program in online mode. And we are lucky that we were able to connect with Madam Mandeep ji and Madam Monika ji for this session. So in the valedictory session, I think the best person to conclude this finishing school program was none other than Dr. H.S. Brad, because the whole program was the brainchild of Dr. H.S. Brad in this particular college. So for the valedictory session, I would like to request Dr. H.S. Bradji to share the valuable views and the concluding remarks about the finishing school program with all the students. So I think ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਐਚ.ਐਸ. ਬਰਾੜ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸੈਪਟ ਕੀਤਾ, ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਐਚ.ਐਸ. ਬਰਾੜ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੈਲਿਊਬਲ ਵਿਊਜ਼ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਨ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਅਲੂਮਨਾਈ ਵੀ ਇਨਕਲੂਡ ਨੇ 2018-20 ਦੇ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਐਚ.ਐਸ. ਬਰਾੜ ਜੀ ਪਲੀਜ਼।
Thank you, Monika, so much, and you can stop sharing your screen.
Sure. Thank you, Mandeep ma'am ji. You always, I will always remember you as my teacher. You taught me everything, and I carry it everywhere. Thank you for suggesting my name. Thank you for Principal Dr. Bhagat Singh Kanwani, and all the students at GHG Khalsa College of Education. It's my pleasure to be a part of Punjab, as I'm a part of Mumbai too, And I wish all of you all the best. This is my number for WhatsApp. Anybody can contact me anytime. Feel free to any questions you have. I'm more than happy to answer all of you. All the best to all of you, and
ਹੈਲੋ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸਰ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮਨਦੀਪ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੋਈ ਔਰ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੋਈ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਲਿਸਟ ਦੇਖੀ ਕਿ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮਨਦੀਪ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਸੀ, ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਫਸਟ ਡੇ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਔਰ ਕਨਕਲੂਡ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸਰ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਰਵਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ।
ਨਹੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ।
We are very glad to hear from you, sir, and I must give 100% credit to you for this collaboration with the GHG College and BTTC institution. Thank you.
ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਇਹ ਮਿਊਚੁਅਲੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਲਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਤੋਂ ਔਰ ਬੰਬੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਸ ਮੈਟਰੋਪੋਲੀਟਨ ਕਲਚਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋ ਔਰ ਉਸ ਸੁਧਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਨ ਰੂਰਲ ਏਰੀਆ ਇੱਕ ਇਟਸ ਏ ਗੁੱਡ ਕੰਬੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਵੈਲਿਊਜ਼ ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡਿੰਗ ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੀਏ। ਔਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਫੈਕਲਟੀ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਗਰਚਾ ਜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਲਿਜਾਣ ਲਈ। ਔਰ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਓਵਰ 17 ਡੇਜ਼ ਸਪਰੈਡ ਓਵਰ 17 ਡੇਜ਼ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਸਕੂਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਔਰ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਅੱਛੇ ਵਕਤਾ ਅੱਛੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਇੰਟਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨਾਲ ਅਲੂਮਨਾਈ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਇਹ ਲਿਸਟ 'ਤੇ ਐਨਲਿਸਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ, ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ, ਥੈਂਕਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮਨਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਐਂਡ ਵਾਈਸ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਇਨ ਬੰਬੇ ਟੀਚਰ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਕਾਲਜ ਬੰਬੇ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਆਲਮੋਸਟ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਬਣ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਿੰਗ ਟੈਲੈਂਟਸ, ਮੈਗਨੀਫਾਈਂਗ ਆਈ, ਮੀ ਐਂਡ ਮਾਈਸੈਲਫ, ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਇੱਕ ਯਾਨੀ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆਈ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਟੈਲੈਂਟ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਕਰਨਾ। ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਸਕੂਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਆਈ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਆਈ ਮੀ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ। ਔਰ ਆਈ ਮੀ ਤੋਂ ਦੈਨ ਯੂਅਰ ਸੈਲਫ ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਤੱਕ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਫਿਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਤੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ 22 ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਸੀ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਦੀਪਿਕਾ ਕੋਹਲੀ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਕਾਲਜ ਆਫ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਤੋਂ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਈ ਰਿਸੋਰਸਿਸ ਇਨ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਇੰਟਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨਾਲ। ਮਿਸਟਰ ਮਨਦੀਪ ਸੇਖੋਂ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਨੇ ਬਠਿੰਡਾ ਸੇਲਬਰਾ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਲਿੰਕੇਜ ਵਿਦ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਖਿਆਲ ਰੱਖੇ। ਮਿਸਟਰ ਅਮਨਦੀਪ ਸੇਖੋਂ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਬਠਿੰਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਔਰ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਸਿੰਘ ਗਰਚਾ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਾਲਜ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੇਂਜਸ ਆਉਣਗੀਆਂ। ਦੈਨ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਅਜੇ ਖੋਸਲਾ ਅਸਿਸਟੈਂਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ DAV ਕਾਲਜ ਆਫ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਅੰਬੋਹਰ, he explained about exploring experiential learning and out of box thinking, बहुत अच्छा है ਪੈਡਾਗੋਜੀਕਲ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਲਈ। ਔਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਜਸਬੀਰ ਚਹਿਲ ਜੋ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਕਾਲਜ ਆਫ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 2 ਲੈਕਚਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ, ਰੋਲ ਆਫ CV ਔਰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਪਣਾ CV ਔਰ ਪ੍ਰੈਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ CV। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਅਰਜਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਇਨੋਸੈਂਟ ਹਾਰਟ ਕਾਲਜ ਆਫ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਲੰਧਰ, ਪੋਰਟਫੋਲੀਓ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮਨੀਸ਼ ਜਿੰਦਲ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂਟਰ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਕਿੱਲਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਇਸ ਤੇ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਲੇ, ਔਰ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਰੇਖਾ ਤੇਜੀ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਮਾਲਵਾ ਕਾਲਜ ਆਫ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ 'ਚ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਨੇ ਲੁਧਿਆਣਾ, ਟਿਪਸ ਫਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਪੇਅਰਿੰਗ ਫਾਰ ਐਨ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਐਂਡ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਐਟੀਕੇਟਸ, ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਅਮਨਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਨੇ ਈਸਟਵੁੱਡ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਕੂਲ ਮੁੱਲਾਂਪੁਰ, ਮੌਕ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ। ਇਹ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਮੈਂ ਖੁਦ ਦੇਖਿਆ, ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਸਵਾ ਘੰਟੇ ਦਾ ਲੈਸਨ ਸੀ, ਬੜਾ ਇੰਟਰਸਟਿੰਗ ਸੀ, ਬੜਾ ਐਲੈਬੋਰੇਟਰੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ। ਮਿਸਟਰ ਜੌਹਨ ਨਿਕਸਨ ਜੋ ਸੈਕਰਡ ਹਾਰਟ ਕਨਵੈਂਟ ਸਕੂਲ ਜਗਰਾਓਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੇ, ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੁੱਡ ਡੈਮੋਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਸਨ ਬਾਰੇ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ। ਔਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਘਨਸ਼ਿਆਮ ਖੁਸ਼ਵਾਹਾ ਅਸਿਸਟੈਂਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਆਫ ਜਿਓਲੋਜੀ, ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਆਫ ਰਾਜਸਥਾਨ, ਡੈਮੋਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਬਲੈਕ ਬੋਰਡ ਵਰਕ, ਬਹੁਤ ਇੱਕ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਸਕਿੱਲਸ ਨੇ। ਸੁਸ਼ੀਲ ਕੁਮਾਰ ਜੋ ਕਾਉਂਸਲਰ ਨੇ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਆਫ ਸਕੂਲ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੈਂਡਰਿੰਗ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਇਨ ਸਕੂਲ। ਔਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਕਿਰਨਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੋ ਸਿਹੌੜਾ ਸਕੂਲ ਤੋਂ ਹਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਰੱਖੇ ਐਕਸਪੈਰੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਵਿਦ ਆਡੀਓ ਵਿਜ਼ੂਅਲ ਮਟੀਰੀਅਲ, ਬੜਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਡੀਓ ਵਿਜ਼ੂਅਲ ਏਡਸ ਜੋ ਮਟੀਰੀਅਲ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਮੈਥਮੈਟਿਕਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਔਰ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਇੰਟਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਮਿਸ ਮੋਨਿਕਾ ਟੇਕਚੰਦਾਨੀ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਬੰਬੇ ਟੀਚਰ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਕਾਲਜ ਤੋਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ USA ਵਿੱਚ ਨੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਮੈਂ ਸੁਣ ਵੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ, ਦੇਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ USA ਔਰ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਨੂੰ ਔਰ ਬੜੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ। ਆਈ ਐਮ ਵੈਰੀ ਥੈਂਕਫੁਲ ਟੂ ਆਲ ਦੀ ਸਪੀਕਰਸ ਔਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ 'ਚ ਪਾਰਟੀਸਪੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ। ਮੈਂ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਜੋ ਟੀਚਰ ਇੰਚਾਰਜ ਨੇ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਰਮਨਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਜਸਬੀਰ ਕੌਰ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਜਸਵੀਰ ਕੌਰ ਔਰ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਸਿੰਘ ਗਰਚਾ ਜੀ। ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਸੀ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ, ਔਰ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਥਰੂ ਜ਼ੂਮ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ। ਔਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੁਣ ਦੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਔਰ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਵੀ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ। ਅਸਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਐਜ਼ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕੀਤਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇਸੇ ਕਾਲਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਸੀਗਾ 1981 ਤੋਂ, ਬਟ ਐਜ਼ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਮੈਂ 2006 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕੀਤਾ। ਅਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਟੀਚਰ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਪਰੂਵ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਣ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਗੌਰਮੈਂਟ ਸਕੂਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਸਕੂਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬਿਗ ਸਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਫੋਰਨ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਪੇਸ਼ ਨਾ ਆਵੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਐਡਜਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਹੋਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਐਟੀਟਿਊਡ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾਂ ਸਕਿੱਲਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਕਰਕੇ। ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਜੋ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਈ 2007 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਲਾਈਫ ਸਕਿੱਲਸ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਈਏ। ਕਿਵੇਂ ਡਰੈਸਅਪ ਹੋਣਾ, ਡਰੈਸਅਪ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਘਰੋਂ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਟਾਈਜ਼ ਲੈ ਆਏ ਸੀ ਔਰ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਟਾਈਆਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਓ। ਅਸੀਂ ਹਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਂਚਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਰੱਖੀਆਂ ਔਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈਰਾਨ ਹੋਵੋਗੇ ਕਿ 2 ਆਊਟ ਆਫ 200 ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ, ਬਹੁਤ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਟਾਈ ਬੰਨ੍ਹ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀ। ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਪੂਰਾ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਘੰਟਾ 1.5 ਘੰਟਾ ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਟਾਈ ਬੰਨ੍ਹਣ 'ਤੇ ਹੀ ਲਾਇਆ। ਔਰ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਔਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰਲੀ ਡਰੈਸਅਪ ਹੋਣਾ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੀ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਹੋਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹ 'ਚ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਔਰ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਫਾਰਮਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ 2011-12 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਸਕੂਲ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਫਾਰਮਲ ਸ਼ੇਪ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਔਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਟਾਫ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ ਕੀਤਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਟਿਊਟੋਰੀਅਲਸ ਹਨ ਉਹ ਗਰੁੱਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੰਡ ਕੇ ਔਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ। ਔਰ ਫਿਰ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੈਵਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਕਿ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਲਈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੁਛ ਮੋਡਿਊਲਸ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਪਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਨ ਅੱਗੇ ਫਰਦਰ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਲਾਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦੇ ਤੱਕ ਵੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਤਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਾਫੀ ਇੰਪਰੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਹੋਈ। ਸੋ ਓਵਰਆਲ ਬੜਾ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ, ਔਰ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟਸ ਨੇ, ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ ਨੇ, ਵਧਾਈ ਦੇ ਹੱਕਦਾਰ ਨੇ। ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਤਰਫੋਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਬਾਰਕਬਾਦ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੜੇ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਅਪਣਾ ਕੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਕੀਤਾ। ਆਈ ਐਮ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਥੈਂਕਫੁਲ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਆਲ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ। ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ।
Thank you to you, sir, for getting these institutions collaborated and even giving us an opportunity to give something back to our students who have passed out from the institutions, and when they look back at the institutions and they have something to gain. So that's a kind of welcoming note. Like, I am very much thankful to our alumna from BTTC. Out of her experiences, she understands what this upcoming generation needs from the institutions and from the people who are currently working for the institutions. So she has given a lot to us. Thank you so much to the organizers of GHG and for making this program a success.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks, sir, for this wonderful valedictory session. It is always nice hearing you. I also want to thank Madam Mandeep, our co-chair, and Madam Monika. Really feel a great pleasure and satisfaction to have you amongst us. Now I invite Jasleen Kaur for formal vote of thanks. Jasleen.
As this last session of finishing school program comes to an end, I want to thank
Jasleen.
Vote of thanks.
raise the event with the excellent coverage of the topic Education Beyond Borders Without Barriers. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing information with us. I extend heartfelt thanks to our guest speaker, Dr. H.S. Prad, former principal, G.H.G. KCE Gurusar Sadhar, Ludhiana. Thank you, sir, for sparing time for us. I am grateful to Dr. Mandeep Kaur Kochar, Associate Professor, BTTC Mumbai, for moderating today's session. This marvelous finishing school program started on 22nd of July, giving us 16 remarkable sessions conducted by 15 outstanding resource persons. The knowledge and skills provided to us is incomparable. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our principal, sir, Dr. Pargat Singh Garcha, for giving us this magnificent opportunity. At the end, I would like to thank organizing team, technical team, and the students who remain interactive throughout the program. Thanks one and all. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Jasleen. Thank you very much. Please switch on the cameras. I just want to click one group photo. Students, please. Yes, students, hurry up. Thank you very much. As every good thing comes to an end, we also conclude this 2-week-long finishing school program on a positive note. I thank once again for all of you for sparing your valuable time. Now, I invite Dr. Gurprakash sir for playing national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा